Developed by Awesome Games Studios, Oozi Earth Adventure is one of the latest indie platformers available on Xbox Indie Arcade and Steam Greenlight. From a few screenshots and videos, Oozi seems like a decent platformer at a budget price. At first, we were won over by the vibrant landscapes, quirky enemy art, and upbeat audio design. It appeared to be built on a solid foundation. Run and jump over obstacles, stomp enemies from above, find secret hidden stars by exploring the environment. The controls are responsive, and the gameplay is familiar enough for veterans of the genre to hit the ground running without needing massive hand-holding tutorials. After the first hour or so, we were considering giving Oozi a worth trying rating, especially since there's a demo available on the game's website, and it's kid-friendly. But by the time we encountered the first boss, we found the game to be slightly annoying. Now we've finished the game. We can't recommend Oozi, and here's why. Oozi, the character, is totally unappealing. Of all the designs in the game, he's the weakest and reminds us of a mascot for a third-rate car insurance company. We would rather play as any of the enemies or the bosses in the game because they're all designed better, and they all show more personality. Oozi's death cries, which, as a platformer you'll hear often, sound like someone doing a very poor impersonation of an old stereotypical British woman. It's not funny, it's annoying. Oozi doesn't hold a candle to any of his contemporaries, Mario, Sonic, Super Meat Boy, Rayman, and his entire crew, or even Commander Keen. But if we were to see past the borderline repulsive character design, the level design is also greatly lacking. Every level is so samey that we have a hard time verbally describing the difference between one level and the next, with the exception of the background design when you move from one world to another. The challenge stays about the same throughout the entirety of the game. Without tempo and the presence of power-ups, the ability to run, or any sense of urgency, we felt like we were squeezing ourselves through the game instead of playing it and savoring it. And the coup de grace. Oozi has the most boring boss fights we've ever encountered in a platformer. Bosses take forever to alternate attacks, and the opportunity to fight back only comes once every few minutes, making them not only boring, but long to boot. Oozi is an unfortunate game. Clearly the team that built it has some design skills, as can be seen with the gorgeous backgrounds and the enemy design, but they completely missed the mark when creating their main character. Control-wise, Oozi hits the mark, and we're happy to say the game ran smoothly without a single glitch. But Oozi's awful voice just became nails on a chalkboard after an hour of gameplay. Otherwise, the sound design and music are charming, but the level design is bland and does nothing at all to push new boundaries, and doesn't even meet the standards set by platformers of the past. The boss encounters are a snooze fest. The game will offer 6 hours of playtime, but not necessarily 6 hours of entertainment. There are some challenge areas to squeeze out some extra time. Awesome Games Studio clearly knows the mechanics behind building a functional and pretty game, but they need to go for something a little more daring with their next title. Certainly, the price of $10 may seem appealing to gamers on a budget, but there are plenty of other better platformers available for the same price. But with the holiday season upon us, sales will be a better place to spend your hard-earned money. Glitches and bugs can be repaired. Being boring and unappealing is sadly forever.